Welcome to Comeback number 2. I was wrong. That's not my last video for tonight. This was my last video for tonight. I am working on humbling myself. I'm working on my mouth so that I can stop swearing. I'm working on a lot of things. A whole lot of things. And I know that I'm not perfect. And I know that practice doesn't make perfect. It makes life a little bit more easier, but it doesn't make perfect. And I'm never going to be perfect, and I understand that. But here's the thing, man. Acting is a hard business, right? It's easy to get out, it's harder to get in. And you got to have a good plan. And I had a good plan, I just didn't have any support, you know? And that was like the bottom line on that. But I am going after this thing come hell or high water. I'm going to be happy or I'm going to die trying. And the thing is, the first thing I had to stop doing is thinking negative. Now, granted, I did just do a negative video in my art show thinking that I don't have a chance by saying I have a snowball's chance in hell with the flawlessly beautiful and dangerously sexy Zeta Zhang. But let me tell you something. I could be wrong. Because stranger things have happened. Alright? Your life can change in the blink of an eye. It really can. And I need my life to change. And I am changing it as best I can. I am busting my ass. So, I'm never going back to calling myself James Williams Jr. unless the check is being written. All my checks are going to be written to James Williams Jr. only because of military complications. So, let me explain that. This is a heart-to-heart video. And so, military complications is simply this. My government name is James Williams Jr. And I was a soldier in the United States Army National Guard. I cannot get full benefits until I am 60 years old, providing that the good Lord allows me to live that long. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, which is why I can't be thinking negative on any point of view. And if you don't think that I'll be praying for this young lady to become my wife every night, you're wrong. I pray every night that I will get the chance to be with this woman, and hopefully for the rest of my life. I've been hurt by women a lot, and I know one of her friends in this city in which she's from. So he's praying for me, I'm praying for me, and now all we need is just to have the right moment in time for me to wind up with the breathtakingly beautiful, flawlessly and dangerously sexy Zeta Zhang. Alright? But this video isn't about her. However, if she does see it, I am serious about marrying you or dying trying. Now back to me. Alright? I would be happy making commercials. I would be happy on a streaming service. All I really need is that one shot. Just one. And, if I get a show, great. If I just get commercials, great. Because I'm still going to be happy because I'll be in front of the camera. And I'm always happy in front of the camera. I'm always willing to improve myself in front of the camera, which all actors are. I know my limits. I will never be a theater actor. I know I'm not that good. So I'm not going to try to overreach. And here's the thing. If I get a sci-fi show or a horror show or an action show, I'm ready to go. I've been ready for 21 years. Hell, I've written scripts for people like me who are mixed. But here's the thing on being mixed. When you're 5'3", nobody sees you. Nobody. When you're 6'5", like my bro, The Rock, everybody sees you. Rock, can you see me? Because I need a job and I know you have a company. Now, I'm not Samoan. I am part native. I am part black. But, let's chat. I'm only a year younger than you. So, we can work some shit out, And I work cheap. I work cheap. And I do my own stunts. So, I'm also a real martial artist. I just don't have a black belt, But a belt does not solidify your ability to be a martial artist. It's just a system of control. Now, we talked about that earlier in earlier videos. But like I said, for the 170 you have here, there's, let me go ahead and give you the numbers. You know, so we're going to go to my Instagram because I have approximately, as soon as this thing stops spinning, oh my god, I actually have 1,003 followers. That's new. I only had like 970 something. But I'm following 7,000 people. And I've made 661 posts. But I've also had some Instagram issues and I can't get my shit to work. So, Instagram, if you're here, I'm sorry. I've had issues posting lives and shit, but I haven't done anything to get blocked. I just haven't been able to. And for some reason, it hasn't worked. You know? And I follow some legit people. I follow Zeta.
This definitely.
I follow Kyrie. I follow Oscar. I generally follow wrestlers and other stuff. You know, now for my YouTube, for my TikTok, I have 2,564 people. You know, I have 15.5k likes. I don't know what any of that shit means. I'm following 10k, and I need to purge my page, and I'm working on it. It's not easy trying to unfollow people who have no content. So if you have no content, I'm going to unfollow you. And it's nothing personal. It's just that you have no content and you're taking up space for people that I really want to follow. You know, and if you're a wrestler or a martial artist, I'm probably following you. You know, if not here, definitely on YouTube, definitely on Instagram, definitely on TikTok. I no longer have a Snapchat because I got suspended for telling a woman to knock herself out because she apparently threatened to commit suicide. And I got that catchphrase from Brandon Lee in the movie Rapid Fire. Once I saw Rapid Fire, I've never stopped using knock yourself out. You know, it's as easy as for someone to say go F yourself. Knock yourself out comes out of my mouth just about every time somebody says something. It's like one of the easiest catchphrases you can, hey, knock yourself out. You know, because a lot of people think they're badasses, and the first thing they'll tell you is, well, I'll kick your ass. And my response quick is, knock yourself out. Let's see what you got, you know. And 9 times out of 10, after saying knock yourself out, most people would probably de-escalate the situation or back the fuck up. You know, I'm sorry for cussing. But the thing is, getting to know people, getting to the guts of knowing yourself, I've been in this business for 20 years. 21 years starting now that I'm flipping the script. I'm no longer going to be a mixed person. I am only building myself out as a native. I'm returning to my native roots of Cherokee descent. Now, here's where we have the problem. All right? And this is a big problem because I have to find blood quantum. I have to do a genealogy test. The BIA will accept nothing less. And the BIA has told me that even if they find out that I am 50% or more, I have to be accepted by a tribe. Now, why I got to do all this work? I'll make another video after this about that. But I need to know, why do I have to do all this work to prove my indigeneity? You can see it in my face that I'm part native. You can see it clear as day. And let me pump the brakes. Let me bring it down. All right. I'm probably gonna re-mention this in the other video, but every casting call I've been to, they don't think I'm black. And every casting call I've been to, they've always told me, well, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Williams, but you're not what we're looking for, because there is a list. So if there's a list, I'm not black enough to be black, and apparently I'm not native enough to be native. But they don't think that I'm native, or they may think I'm Mexicans who are also native. And I'm like, look, I don't speak Spanish, but we can fake it when you edit it. The thing about acting is really quite simple. It's not that hard to get out of acting. It's hard to break in if no one wants to give you a chance. That's been my whole problem. It's the same thing that's been happening to me since 1993. As a martial artist, I wanted to test my skills. I wanted to join the UFC. The UFC told me, get your weight up. Well, I genetically could not gain weight. I stayed at 121 pounds until I was 37 years old. When I got into the Army, I got up to 140. That's it. And I couldn't get any bigger. That was it. Then when I came home, my knee was messed up. In therapy, they messed up my knee, and then we found out that my knee was never the issue because those little bone spurs that are still there shouldn't be causing me problems. When I thought I had a bleeding ulcer, because I thought I was going to die, so I went to McGuire because I don't have health insurance, and the military has to take me. I have an honorable discharge. So I go to McGuire. They feed me this stuff. They make me take a shit. And I'm not allowed to flush the toilet, but I have to wipe and put everything in this receptacle. That's a trash can for those who don't speak military. So I do all that. And then my dad's still alive at the time. So doctor comes in and goes, we have bad news and we have worse news. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to die. Cool. No problem. We're all going to die. Whether we like it or not, we're all going to die. And so, I tell you guys this story before too, but anyway. So, it's a heart to heart. So, I look at my dad. My dad's about to break into tears, and I tell the doctor, okay, just give it to me straight. How long do I fucking have? And again, my dad's breaking into tears. And I guess that must be a doctor joke. We have bad news and we have worse news. So just give me the worst news. I don't really give a shit about the bad news. And he goes, well, you're not going to die if you do this, this, and this. I was like, what do you mean? What the hell's wrong with me? He's like, well, you don't have a bleeding ulcer, so that's good. But you need a new hip. And you need that son bitch yesterday. I was like, what the fuck you mean I need a new hip? The Army said it was my fucking knee. My hip's just fine. It doesn't even hurt. He said, that's because your pain receptors are gone, son. So what the fuck you mean? I said, my leg, it's working, but my knee is where the pain is. He says, well, believe it or not, you're a genetic freak. Your knee, the pain is in, it's because your receptors for your knee apparently only trigger pain from your hip. We've checked your x-rays. The bone spurs are almost microscopic, which means they have fused into the muscle. So they shouldn't be causing me the pain that they were causing me. And I was like, well, damn. And I will be honest, since my hip replacement, I haven't really had any knee issues. I've been able to do everything but sit down for more than 2 hours since my hip replacement. You would think that the hip replacement would make it easier to sit down, but no. I can't sit for more than 2 hours, yo. So that's going to be something I have to explain to the math teacher tomorrow night. Well, Monday night. So I'm sitting there. That's probably right, because tomorrow's Sunday, and legally it's Sunday right now. But anyway, I can't sit for more than 2 hours. Like, honest to God truth, I can't sit for more than 2 hours. So unless I'm standing for more than 8 hours, my knees barely bother me. And it's only this knee. This knee doesn't bother me. And the only reason why my right leg is fucked up is for overcompensating, because we did not know that my left hip was fucked up until I got out of the military. So, that being said, I had to go to a dentist. I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, even though they were perfect. My original dentist said, your wisdom teeth are perfect. And I said, yeah. Tell that to the doctor who's going to give me a new hip. He wants them out. So, you got to take them out. So, my dentist didn't take the health insurance. So, I had to go to someone else who took the health insurance. So, we paid for that. And I don't think my sister got any recordings of me high as fuck or drunk as fuck. But whatever they did to me, I bled a lot. And so then we got rid of that. And then we had some other shit that I had to do. And then I got partial. So that goes in there. But we didn't put that in until after I got all the surgery and shit done. So had to get that so that I didn't get infected, because that was the bad news. And he said, the bad news is that if you don't do this shit, you're going to die on the table. And if you don't get this hip replacement, your hip is going to be destroyed, and you will never walk properly ever the fuck again. And worse than that, you will never do Kung Fu. Kung Fu is all I got, y'all. I'm serious as a motherfucker. That is all I've got. And I went through some serious depression before that and after that. Really after that. which made me drive back to my roots, which is why I have a recurve bow over there. Started calling myself the Typhoon Warrior. Started shooting bow and arrows. And then, thank God for my bro Courtney. Courtney, if you're watching, thank you, brother. Because those suits right there, yeah, they saved my life. And it all came down to, you're going to go cosplay with us. Which is where I met Zeta Zhang the first time. I got a picture of her with me and her together. And I also had a bad experience at there. This was the year before I cosplayed. And sadly, she wasn't there, and she wasn't there this year either because she was in California while I was in Richmond. So, anyway, Courtney made me a deal that we were going cosplay, and I had to be Spider-Man, not 2099, but I had to be freaking Scarlet Spider. So, I fought him tooth and nail at first. And then he was like, come on, man. You got to do it because I'm doing it. So you need to dress up. It didn't take long. Probably took about a month for him to convince me. It's like, all right, fuck it. So we went. I got 2 bags over there. And I got in that damn outfit. I never felt so much love in my life. From kids and people's like, hey, you're Scarlet Spider, all right. And I was like, yeah. And I was the only Scarlet Spider there. Because the year before, there was a lady who was the only Scarlet Spider there. But I got my suit, got everything straight, rock and roll, had a good time. Couldn't wait to do it again. So, when we went the second time, it got canceled before we could go. And then we wasn't sure if it was going to do again. But he's like, how would you like to be somebody else? It's like, well, the only other Spider-Man I know about is Miguel O'Hara. So, boom. We got me Spider-Man 2099. Gave him the money, he hooked it up, and we're still working on improving Scarlet Spider. So I need better web shooters and shit, and he's supposed to be finding them, so hopefully that will work so that the next time March comes around, I hope to be set. And we also got to find me a Spider-Man backpack that looks like a little web spider thing. I'm going to give him the money and let him get it as soon as he tells me how much it costs. So I have plans, but you know, cosplay saved my life because I had bouts of depression. Mass Effect, Andromeda, Mass Effect Saga saved my life because I had depression. My recurve bow and all my arrows saved my life because depression is no joke, y'all. And if you have depression, please go get help. They're starting to make community-wide hotlines now. I don't know if they're going to be free, but you should know that you will have access to them. So, that being said, I decided after my dad died, because that's when shit really got bad. After my dad died, shit got bad, and that's another reason why I decided to return to my roots of my native indigeneity and decided I'm just going to be Echo Fang Grey Wolf. That's going to be my stage name. And I'm going to do everything I can to get noticed. But, unlike the people who are already famous, I'm going to do everything I can to stay the fuck out of trouble. So, that being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I hope you guys enjoyed my heart to heart. I am going to make one more video about the ingenuity shit. And that's going to be that. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. Be seeing you.